I'm going to start off with a story. There's a dude, man, very famous, and he's actually a Grammy Award winner. He's been nominated for a Tony. He's been a person that's been in many movies, movie producer, television producer. He is been in rap industry. He's been in the clothing industry. I'm telling you, this dude has basically done it all. And here's the kicker. He ain't the best at none of it. He ain't the top 10 actor. You ain't gonna think about him ever when it comes to top actors. Music or hip hop producers, his name ain't coming up in the top best of all time. The thing that makes this guy stands out from everybody, to where because he's a finisher, he's finished his way to almost $1 billion empire. And he ain't good at nothing. I'm going to repeat this. Worth almost $1 billion. I mean, over the threshold of 700 million. Ain't good at nothing except finishing. I'm talking about Puffy, Sean Puffy Combs. You can't name Puffy in the top 10 list of nothing that he's ever done. He's not the top 10 business manager. You ain't gonna look at him as the top 10 business mogul. Nope. You know plenty of people that are CEOs and COOs and business leaders. And you do not mention Puffy name. You mention Warren Buffett. You mention Jeff Bezos. And you mention other people, but you do not mention Puffy. When it comes to acting, when he was in Raising of the Sun, and other acting parts, you don't look at Puffy like one of the top greatest black male actors of all time. No. What about rappers? Puffy? No, man. No matter how many songs he made backing up Mace. No. Name one thing that he has actually been in the top 10 of. Nothing. Reality shows? Nothing. Dating hot chicks? Nope. The one thing that Puffy mastered, that's what my point is. The one thing that Puffy mastered that put him to the point where he's over 700 million is he finishes what he starts. And if you're a person that cannot finish what you start, you will continue to put limitations on yourself and limitations on your life. That's what I was doing. I was wondering, like, wait a minute, I'm smarter than some people out here. I'm smarter than my boss. I'm smarter than my boss's boss. I'm smarter than my boss's boss's boss. And I play golf better than them. I'm sitting up there like, I'm just as spiritual as my pastor up there. I can speak to people. I'm a good dude. I attract good people around me. What? I'm not addicted to no drugs. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not blowing my money in there. So why is all my money going here and not going here? Why is my life here and not up there? Why am I always looking in the bakery, looking at the glass, smelling the good baked goods like I'm in front of Hostess, but I'm not on the inside of the glass of the bakery? Why am I always on the outside of the bakery looking in, watching everybody else eating good, but I'm out here in the cold of life? How come I can't get my piece of the pie? And I had to admit to myself, as I sat back and I studied Andre in my 40s, I discovered, even though I was married, even though I was making $70,000 a year, even though I had a great vehicle, even though I had the great home in Tampa, I'm living the beach life. Everything's supposed to be great, right? I'm living the black man's dream, right? So why am I so unhappy or so unfulfilled? Because I wasn't a finisher. And I'm in my 40s at that time period, early 40s. I couldn't finish being faithful to this woman. I wasn't a finisher. We ended up having to sell the house. Because I wasn't a finisher. My truck, I was like, I had it, I enjoyed it, but I didn't even finish paying it off. I was like, let me sell this thing. Let me get another one. Because I wasn't a finisher. Everything that I put my hands on, I started. You know how many books I started writing? How many businesses I started? Even Jeffrey can tell you in 2011, you know how many clothing lines I started? Jeffrey will tell Ghostface, he'll tell you now, I remember Andre had that in 2010. Yeah, I remember that. I wasn't a finisher. I didn't even notice it. And some of you guys, the reason why you haven't even started on your journey of relocation, even though you want to relocate to another city, another state, or another country, you were like me. You start, you talk real good, but you ain't no finisher. And you don't never want to admit it. And this might be the first time that you thought about it. Tonight might be the first time you're like, man, I have gone to 3 colleges. I ain't even think about that. You know what? I've only been in 5 real relationships, and every one of them, at least 3 of them, I cheated. I ain't even noticed that. I know how to finish a good relationship. Man, I do got some partners, but I ain't been a partner to my partners. I don't know how to finish friendships. And he right, my mama wasn't a finisher, my daddy wasn't a finisher. And my parents was good and they did good. But they got a divorce, they weren't finishers. So when I sit back and I say, bro, I know what it's like to have to put a pause on life for a second and be quiet and walk through some parks in quietness and walk through the beach by myself and tell my boys, and you know what, I don't feel like going to club tonight. I got some books I need to read that's going to teach me how to finish this thing called life. I'm telling you, these 10 tips that I'm about to give you, these are the tips that have taken my life from where I'm looking in the bakery in my 40s to where now I own the bakery. To where I'm not looking for a piece of my American pie. F that. I want the whole bakery. I don't want one pie. I want the whole bakery. You can have a slice of the American pie. I want the bakery. I'm at the point in life, like I said before, I don't want to be like the white man. I want the white man to look at me and say, I want what he got. I want his life. I want his wife. I want kids like him. I want goals like him. I want his personality. I want everything that Dre got. That's what I want the white man to be. I don't want to be like the white man. I want the white man to want to be like me. And the first thing I had to learn to do to get to this point, Andre, you ain't a finisher. You start too much and you don't finish enough. So let's go with number 1. And I'm not going to ramble too much tonight, guys. Number 1 thing that you want to do when you start something, write it down. I don't trust nobody that does not take the vision and write it down. Hey, Dre, I'm going to start a business. Okay, tell me what you got. If I don't see you reach for a pen, paper, a pad, something, notebook, I don't care if you show me on the, I'm going to email it to you, Dre. I don't care what it is. I don't trust anybody that just use mouthpiece when it comes to starting what you going to do. Dude, you know how many pads, notepads I keep around and all these pads I got down here? Man, please, I keep pads around. They say that no person that's worth over $1 million has ever succeeded. I was reading the book, once again, The Millionaire Next Door. They said every single millionaire, everyone has written down what their goal was going to be. There is not one millionaire that has not written down at one point in time or another what their goal was going to be. Oh, I was creating stuff, but I wasn't writing stuff down. You got to write it down. A partner of mine taught me that a long time ago. He said, Dre, and this dude is very successful in business. And he said, I've had so many people come to me with business plans from their heads. He said, I've yet to have somebody come to me with something written down already. And I never forgotten that. I've never forgotten that. if you ever been on a sales team and they got the big whiteboard for the goals of the week and the goals for the day, your boy got the same thing right here. I can tell you when all you dudes are coming to town. I can tell you about what our goals are for the next year. I can tell you all the goals when it comes to the Patreon. I can tell you about all the consultations that's coming down the turnpike over the next 4 months. I can tell you about what I do every single day. Okay, this day I got recording. That day I got editing. This day I'm writing. This day I'm making sure that I got this taken care of. Okay, we got the website popping off. All we're doing is waiting for Google right now to approve our website, so we'll be able to have not only the website, but also have Google ads posted on our website. I start what I finish, and I finish what I start, because I write it down. So every time I walk in here, first thing I see, okay, you're going to accomplish this. You're going to do this. Oh, y'all going to Europe, so make sure y'all got this. Okay, Andre, y'all going to get to Europe. You know they need laundromat. They got laundromats over there, so understand. So look up how the laundromats. Oh, they got eSIM cards. Find out what the eSIM cards. Oh, you can ride the trains. Find out how much the train fares are in London. Also, when you go into France, make sure you know what the train fares are for that. Oh, you want to learn more from different YouTubers. Oh, Facebook groups. You want to get involved in that. Oh, the consultations. Okay, here we go. What about the affiliate marketing sponsors? Okay, all that's written down. You can't be nothing in this life for real, if you ain't writing down where you want to go with this thing. I don't know why we as brothers and sisters ain't writing down. We ain't got a vision board. Man, I wish I wasn't using my... Hold on, y'all think I'm playing. Y'all think I just be talking to be talking. Right here on my phone. Right here on my phone. Let me take it away from my eyes so you guys will be able to see it. There we go. We got Andrea. We got My Daily, which is the investment website for Colombia. We got money coming to us. We got our relationship. What's that word down at the bottom? Give. I'm going to always be giving. What about the house? The house with the truck in it. I keep a vision board on my phone. What do you keep on your phone? What do you keep on your phone? Do you have a vision board on your phone? A vision board that follows you everywhere you go? I change this vision board every single year. Every single year. And then if I scroll it over, slide it over, you'll see family, and you'll see church, and you'll see all those other spiritual things. You gotta have it written down. You gotta have the vision. That's the first thing I'm telling you, dudes. That when I learned that one, man, listen. Y'all thought I was playing. All these are notepads. I'm writing stuff down. All this. All these notepads. All these are notepads. Y'all think I'm playing with this? You got to write whoever you want to be down. And I'm talking about, I like what one brother said in a motivational speak I heard. He said, the average person should write down, no, Steve Harvey said this. He said, write down 300 things that you want to happen in your life. He said, now most people going to get to like 50 or 75. Steve Harvey said this and get kind of stuck. He said, but I want you to write down the most outlandish things that you can imagine. Your trips to Paris, you getting out the United States, you marrying or if you're already married, having a greater relationship, you having a certain amount of grandkids, you being able to donate to help children's societies. You got something that's named after you. A wing of a college is named after you because of you donating. You've done whatever it is. You've met somebody famous. You've done something that made you famous. You got a certain amount of patents. You want 10 patents on something. Write it down. He said, write 300 things down that you want to happen in your life and begin to, on a regular basis, read through that list. He said, I'm going to tell you something was going to bust your head. 50 of them going to come true in the first year. But if you ain't wrote it down, that 50 will never happen. He said, just take the time out, sit down one afternoon and write down, I want a Bugatti, and I want to be able to drive a Bugatti in Germany on the Autobahn. I want to learn how to swim. I want to learn 5 languages. I want a wife that's like blah, 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 blah. Write it down. And Steve Harvey said, statistically, they found that once you write down at least 300 just amazing goals, 50 of them usually come to pass in the first year as you just continue to read your goals. You ain't done nothing. You just read, and all of a sudden the universe started opening up doors just because you wrote stuff down. Just because you wrote stuff down. All great inventors did it. All presidents did it. That's what we got. That's why we know what Abraham Lincoln quotes were and all that stuff. Because Abraham Lincoln wrote everything down. That's why we could tell what president said, what we know what George Washington and what everything was written down. The Declaration of Independence, they could have just said, we declare independence from London. We ain't mess with y'all no more. No, they wrote it down. We gotta stop letting white people write everything down, and we gotta start writing stuff down for us too. So first thing we gotta do is write it down. He said this information is better than watching the game. Shout out to you, brother. Number 2, ladies, you gotta stop chasing cats. I had that problem. Some people say it's called chasing squirrels. Some people say it's chasing cats. Some people say you're chasing the shiny things. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. But what about that? You got to stop chasing the shiny things. If you want to, you only get 24 hours in a day like everybody else. You got the same 24 hours that Biggie had, Puffy got. You got the same 24 hours that Jay-Z got, Beyonce got. You got the same 24 hours that your boss and his boss got. So why is he over you with the same 24 hours in a day? And don't be like, cause he the white man. No. That excuse is getting thinner and thinner as the years go by when it comes to accomplishing who we supposed to be as a people. One of the number one thing that held me back and I had to stop doing, I had to stop trying to herd cats. Some of you dudes are cat herders. I said it. You're a cat herder. Every time some new idea pop up, you think that it's for you. Jack of all trades, master of none is always better than the master of one. So there's nothing wrong with having skills and abilities from different locations. The Bible says, send out your bread on the water and it'll come back in 8 different ways. The average millionaire has seven streams of income. The average millionaire, I'm going to repeat this, guys, have 7 streams of income. So I'm not saying don't have these streams or these abilities. What I'm saying is stop chasing and trying to herd cats. Stop trying to herd squirrels. Stop every time it's something shiny, think it's for you. You know how many times some guys have come to me, Andre, I got a business plan. You need to start an Airbnb. No, I don't. Andre, you need to do counseling for guys that want to be in relationships. You need to have like a meetup for guys and the ladies in Colombia. No, I don't. Great plans, but that ain't for me. It wasn't put on my heart. I don't chase all the shiny things that could make money. I stopped that. In the States, you'd have got me. Oh, you'd have got me back in the day in the States. I was a squirrel chasing, squirrel herder. Some of you dudes are just like me. You done started like how many businesses in the last 4 years? 6. How many relationships you done ran through in the last 10 years? 6. You a squirrel herder. You can't keep no woman. You gonna blame her for everything, or you gonna blame the economy because you can't keep $50 in your pocket. You ain't addicted to nothing. You ain't no crackhead. You ain't no heroin. You ain't no gambler. But you can't keep $50 in your pocket to save your life. Cause you chase the shiny things. Oh, the new Jordans out. Oh, look at the new Louis Vuitton purse out. The new Coach purse out. Ladies, you can't keep you buying this expensive purse and you can't keep $50 in that purse. The way we do it, I gotta be in love with you to put a ring on your finger. That's why a part of me and Andre's relationship, kid y'all not, business. There's a we love each other part that y'all see, but there's a business side to Andre and Andre as well. We realize that in order to accomplish what we need to accomplish for the next generations, we got to treat our marriage like it's a business as well as it is a couple that's come together. We have business meetings every month. We got to stop cat herding. We got to stop chasing the shiny things. Whatever is put on your heart right now, if it's put on your heart, learn Spanish. Learn it, dang it. It was put on your heart to come to Colombia. Find out what you need to do to get here by the end of this year or early next year. Stop procrastinating by way of chasing the shiny things. Some of y'all would have been here in Colombia if you wasn't buying that big ass Jordan collection that you got. Some of you ladies, look at your purse collection. It's $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 worth of purses right in your room, and you got the audacity to not have no investments in nothing. You let every stock just take off. You let Bitcoin take off, ladies. You sit back, you let NutraSweet take off. You sat back and let Facebook take off. Facebook came in at $35 a share. It shot up to like $110 a share within the first few months. You start degree. All us sisters, we got all these degrees, girl. We ruling. I'm an ex-college recruiter. I know what you do. Nobody want to tell the stats of how many sisters transfer from one degree to another degree and get all that college debt. All that college debt y'all got from jumping from one degree to another degree to another degree. Y'all some cat chasers just like we are. Black people, we got to stop doing this. In order to accomplish what you need to accomplish in life, focus on, if you're going to write that book, like perfect example. I told Andrea and I wrote it down right here. You're going to build this website. I ain't never built a website. Everybody I hired to build a website, it either took them too long or they disappeared or they couldn't do it. I said, you know what? I got the ingenuity and the ability. I said, hey, in the words of Jay-Z, if I could sell keys, I guess I could sell CDs. In other words, if I could do one thing, I guess I could do another thing. And I meticulously built an amazing website. And it was better than what my vision was for somebody else to build it. I started something and I finished it. The old Andre would have been chasing squirrels.